coming after Alejado. Deals to the sideline, knocked out before the line to gain. Uliata with the catch. And Billy Gowers, the freshman, albeit a 29-year-old freshman punter. It's a low liner that takes a Hawai'i hop. And scooped up by Arizona receiver Jeremiah Patterson. He gets a block. The kicker throws him out across midfield. After covering this punt, a return of 42 yards.
Great job fielding right there, and unfortunately that looked like a non-contact injury for Heimuli, unfortunately, but just a great job fielding that line drive punt on the fly and kind of catching that punt coverage group.
Tight end Tyler Powell attaching to the right side of scrimmage as Fafita claps for the snap. Risano gets the start in his backfield, moving the launch point. That ball's in trouble, but secured by the Cats. 6'4" Trey Spivey high points it. A gain of 27.
What a catch. First off,
I missed this opener with an injury, but definitely part of their plans. As Risano, bouncing off contact, uses that offhand to drill down to the 12-yard line. It'll be on the Hawaii side. Risano stays in. Fafita with a quick snap. Staying with Risano. Skinny through the hole and into the end zone. From the 13, the first touchdown of 2025 belongs to Arizona and Kendrick Risano.
You're going to watch Sam Olsen come across the formation right here as a part of this run-pass option. Kicking out on the backside and snapping that off there. Just a great block. And the legs of Fafita, you see, holding the backside end, holding the backside safety, Kilinahi and Mendiola Jensen. And just
check the box counts. They're coming after Alejado. Hits the crosser. That's complete. And it's a first down. So Hawaii moves the chains. Alejado taking that play clock down to single digits. And this is what Arizona wants. They want to dare Hawaii to hand it off and to run the football. It's cliche, but definitely tired of hitting their teammates. Glad to have an opponent in town tonight. Up the middle they run to midfield, bouncing off contact and close to the line again. So it's a matchup of 12s, a little cat and mouse game between QB1 for Hawaii and the talented safety for Arizona. Well protected here. Back to the crosser. Carson Papunu paid the price. Testing the redshirt freshman quarterback. And squeezing down from the corner position to tackle that run.
And all of a sudden cloud these throwing lanes for Alejado.
Quickly, physically, have you seen anything yet? Any impairment?
Nothing so far.
His scrambling, such a weapon. Back outside the numbers. No flag down on what looked like it could have been a face mask as Pofele Ashlock slipped down that Arizona sideline. 9 plays, 38 yards, and they picked up 3 first downs on this trip. They run it through the left side, and there's been a good mix offensively for Timmy Chang calling plays. Inside of 6 minutes to go in our opening frame. Check it down. Sims behind his pads. Below the 20, another first down at the 16. Ran into Max Harris. It's a gain of 10. Viral sensation a week ago. Now on the road at Arizona. He's got his team on the board. Noah Fafita back at the switch for Arizona. Here's the touchdown score. A returning scholarship running back, now a junior, Kendrick Risano.
His coach developing a reputation for one of the nation's best defenses, which, if you remember, was nicknamed the Desert Swarm. But I think the best compliment was definitely what Coach Brennan said every single day. I think, what would Coach T do? It's a pretty good one.
Friendly Ashlock with a quick gain catch there and a gain of a couple. Yeah, these coaching staffs like each other. We'll talk more about that as tonight goes along. After a field goal drive, back to work. You know, Hawaii was ground down a bit. Play clock at 5. Alejado claps for the snap. Thought about using his feet. Uses his tailback instead. Well orchestrated. A 3-by-1. He flips the back to his left side. Cordero at the mesh point. Takes that handoff and gets about 4. He's been using all of the snap clock. Trips left. Middle give. Landon Sims with a full head of steam, and he moves the chains. First time since middle school that Noah Fafita hasn't been able to throw that man the football here tonight. His lefty counterpart spins one out to the numbers. Big time throw from the middle of the field. A field goal last time they had their hands on it. Looking to keep this drive alive. 9th play of the march. Blitz in his lap. Time running out. Walls caving in. And Alejado has to eat it.
Welcome back, and we actually had a fumble on that last play. Watch these two right here in Chase Kennedy and Tia Savea. The initial pressure from Savea forces Alejado up, and then the rip from Kennedy jars the ball loose and gives this Wildcats offense another crack at it.
Yeah, so what was good, a 3rd down sack when we left you, goes to great as Chase Kennedy takes it away. For Noah this season. More on that after this run. Quincy Craig breaks it to daylight. To the 10, to the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. The 1K back from Portland State with a 54-yard house call in his debut. 54 yards.
And a great job by Ty Buchanan, the left tackle. Gets just enough of Jalen Smith at linebacker. And when you get a running back that's willing to hug it up inside those A-gaps on gap runs, on a big, heavy downhill counter run, you make one man miss, and all of a sudden it is daylight to the 2nd and 3rd level.
4-man rush. Spits it out to the numbers. Nice catch. Making the first man miss. Jackson Harris, a sophomore with some shiftiness. It's a gain of 11. A 3-by-1 with the trip to the field side, the right side of Alejado. Lefty wants to unload quickly, nowhere to go, and he's tracked down from behind. Jabari Mann with the sack.
Woo, and he lays the lumber. Matched up with Landon Sims on the right side of your screen. You're going to see back on.
4 minutes into our second. Play action to no one, and Alejado has to take a seat. All of a sudden, Pese and the Cats are swarming.
Well, this is what Danny Gonzalez talked about, showing him a lot of different pictures, moving the frame around, whether it's a lineman or a backer, walking around.
3rd down, Fafita needs 5. Against a 4-man rush, well protected. Long ball to the numbers, tipped and caught! Arizona got that in the hands of Mizell. The 4-star recruit juggles and secures.
The height, the concentration.
They will snap it. They will run it. They will move the chains, and by a shoelace, Peter Manuma kept Quincy Craig from going the distance again. Across midfield, 2nd in the full chains. Fafita spins one, that time, on target, and the first catch for Luke Wysong. Risno offset left. He's got a 13-yard touchdown from back in the first quarter. Off the play fake. Deep drop, Fafita. Rips one on the sideline. Tiptoeing out of bounds with the catch. Nunu Watley. Good for 27 yards.
An incredible corner route by Watley. And what a ball by Fafita. You're going to see the defensive back dropping underneath right there. Verdell Edwards trying to come back over the top.
Sinks to throw, sets up the screen. Motti leaking out, could not get away. It's a fine play by Elijah Palmer. So with his predecessor, Tyler Loop, now the Baltimore Ravens kicker, in attendance tonight. Here's the first collegiate field goal attempt for Michael Salgado Medina from 35.
D-line body, Malachi Bailey. Call him the jack. You got to account for him. They put him off the line of scrimmage to try and give him better angles against this offense and create the kind of disruptive penetration that has you throwing it out in the flat like that. And then fire up and make a play knowing the ball's coming out underneath.
2nd down and 10 coming after Alejado. That's a high throw, but a good one. It's caught for a 1st down. Carson Papunu from Lahaina in front of Cole. Papunu was a scout team member in 21. He tragically lost an aunt and uncle and a couple of cousins in the 23 Maui Fires. Middle run here. And this is where Hawaii really got some game control before. Look at all the homework pre-snap for Alejado to figure out who's coming and how he's going to protect himself. Able to rip one to the sticks for another 1st down here. A gain of 7 yards on that completion. Reminder that Arizona gets the ball first to begin the second half, so this is a massive spot for Hawaii as they check it down across midfield. Spinning off a tackle, Landon Sims now swerving inside to the 25-yard line. A chunk play for the senior from Gig Harbor, Washington. Dalton Johnson finally drags him down. It's a gain of 25.
Just an incredible job here. Again, another check release, so seeing if he's needed, and then able to wiggle out of that tackle.
Hawaii looking for its first touchdown. Out to the perimeter. Brandon White from Cincinnati, Ohio. He's got 4.28 speed. No timeouts. And Cheng exhausting those early in this half. Alihada walks out to his left and takes off. Seeking shelter on the sideline. It'll be third down.
Try and take advantage of some of the aggression we've seen.
Also keep in mind no timeouts to utilize here. So they need to get out of bounds. They need to get their field goal unit on quickly here. Outside the 20. Rolling with 12. 41. Able to get it off. Kick on the way.
Wow.
Matsuzawa magic again. Yeah, red line we've heard a lot of. Own the night. Another rallying cry. And they got a chance to do that here in this second half. Noah Fafita stays with the running game. Pedrick Risano got them started.
Absolutely, and I think last year as Fafita drops back on this second down and takes the deep shot.
Keep going, Golic. You got this. Your play-by-play chops.
And really, the same sort of effect we had on the outside. You see Fafita looking outside, and then all of a sudden you get a deep receiver. Great couple of splash play attempts, almost paid off in a touchdown.
At the mesh point, he gives. Risano hops through a tackle. Carries Rainbow Warriors for a first down and goal. Second down goal. Off the play fake. Deep drop. Dealing. Cuts. Touchdown. Sam Olsen.
Good look at this play. You're going to see the center pop out here and sell some hard play action in the backfield. And the tight end just able to leak right up the seam. And Sam Olsen, you talk about the guys that came here for Brent Brennan. Absolutely need points coming out of this one. And you're going to see more pressure like we get already off top here.
Yeah, Arizona selling out against the run and breaking through. Max Harris has been hitting everything that moves.
Really has. It's been incredible watching him track downhill. You're going to see him coming off this field side, and that's what they've been doing all night. They've been bringing field pressure. The difference is early in this game.
Third down, Arizona defense hunting. Alihado has to pull his eyes down, and he's sacked.
You're going to watch them create this seam right here in the middle. Ends up being a three-man game. Lalesio showing up in the picture, and we talked about it. Alihado just not quite the escapability that we've seen before, but credit to this Arizona defense for expanding the net. Put a hit on Fafita.
There have been many negative down and distances. They drop 8. He fits it in to the 30. Mizell shakes a tackler, lunging for the marker. We'll see. In motion there. Just trying to draw them off perhaps. 5 to snap it. They will. Keeper game. First down, Arizona. Fafita, hot from his right side. And the Hawaii rush gets home. Jackie Johnson III was shaken up earlier. He's back with a 9-yard sack.
Looking at Jackie Johnson on the right side. Just a great one-on-one win, lined up wide. Works through the tight end chip right there, and that's where you got to understand if you're the right tackle. Tristan Bounds.
He's 8 of 16 through the air. 130 yards and a touchdown to Olsen. He's been very patient and deliberate with the running game. My MO with like Sonoran hot dogs, it's like scoring a touchdown down 8. You got to go for 2.
Smart man.
Oh, look at this. Whoa! A takeaway. And nearly a quick 6.
Maybe being a bit of a struggle. But this Arizona defense has been dialed in all night long. And just right off the hands there of Cam Barfield with Tay Brown ready and waiting to go.
This is a little bit of history, too. It's a time capsule of sorts. It's Alihado's first interception since he was a junior in high school, November 11th.
Almost a relief, though, to have that in the past.
Fafita keeps this one. Takes a big hit, driven into the turf at the 9-yard line. Fafita wants to turn the takeaway into a touchdown. Dodges the rush, keeps the play alive, slices inside, and hits pay dirt. He's been a punter, but now he's got the punter and place-kicking duties.
Been clean right here, and you mentioned it. Getting up underneath the rush, leaking out to his right, and then you see him put his foot in the ground there. And leave Quinn Williams, the defensive tackle, in the dust on the perimeter. And that's a mismatch we know athletically, but just the ability to put your foot in the ground, get north and south, and then dive home for pay dirt. When you have someone that knows how to prepare like a high-end starter, that takes so many guys so long to learn. And so to walk in as a new coach and have someone already with that as a part of their game, we see
it's a chunk of 4 there. 2nd and 6 against a loaded front. Hawaii runs right into it, and Sims drags Cats for a first down to the 38-yard line. And stick it in the belly, and that's going nowhere. Trey Smith was not fooled. This year's all about his pass rush and how many sacks he can rack up, but he's been a run support defender nicely tonight.
Heavy hands. They talked about his ability to anchor down and bull rush a guy to be able to.
They'll take their second 4th down try of the season from a 2-back set. Barfield could not break through contact. Arizona shuts it down with Deshaun McKnight leading the way.
And a fired up Danny Gonzalez, which is the case on any day that ends in Y, with the energy he brings to this defense. But you've seen it reflected in that unit tonight. They're living on the other side.
Sounds like you're speaking from deep experience, Golick.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Up the middle, huge crease. A void in that Arizona defensive front. And Christian Vaughn makes an appearance. Senior from Las Vegas. Gain of 4.
Come up the middle there and not get over to the gap he needed to.
Ball on the deck. Cats pounce. Another takeaway in plus territory. Go look for his big brother, Jonah. Honorary captain here tonight after recovering this fumble.
And again, that's all zone read. So you've got the quarterback, they call it the mesh point, where you're holding in that running back's belly, you're reading the backside defensive end, trying to see if you're going to pull it and keep it. But when you don't have as many reps.
Again, the operational control from Fafita at the line of scrimmage. 4 coming after him as he settles into the pocket. Decked. And now it's a long field goal try if they want it. Benton gets home for Hawaii.
And once again, we've called his name a lot.
Not just the punter, but this year the place kicker. Hit from 35 earlier. This one 52. He smoked it. Oh, yeah.
You see he moves different. Moves like a Sunday player.
Must go here. 4th down hoist. Hawaii has to have it. And they do. Uliata as Weaver drops it in the bucket.
Great timing on the slot fade right here. You're going to see him working out. Stems to the inside, breaks out. And just a
2nd and goal. Weaver lets it go. It's taken away. The 4th for the Cats tonight. Hunter on the return after he took the PI. Now he'll take the pick.
Take a look at the pick here and watch Gavin. It looks like it's man coverage on the outside, so you're going to see 2 out-breaking routes trying to get that pick underneath here. And instead, the man coverage, he drifts back right into the hole, sees the slant that could be going behind him.
First of 3 consecutive home games to open 25 for Arizona, year 2 of the Brennan era. Here he is again. What a slice to his right. Beats the safety and nearly put it in the end zone again. Kona Moore keeps it out for now.
Boy, that cutback ability, you saw it on the touchdown run, and you see it again here. Started off going left, puts his foot in the ground at the 2nd level, and then nearly able to outrun Kona.
Body in the backfield, only a couple attempts so far tonight. 3rd and goal. They'll feed him here, and he's got his first Wildcat touchdown.
statement drive from Ishmael Mahdi in the movement. They get off the ball right here. Just going to lift their man directly out of the hole. Create all that space. Mahdi puts his foot in the background. We call that depositing the defensive lineman into the linebacker's lap. They're able to get up there, get a hit on Giovanni Iovino. And into the promised land for Mahdi.
So the Wildcat showdowns coming your way here in Tucson. Weaver under duress, could not get away. This U of A pass rush feasting on opening night. Malachi Bailey, Chancellor Owens, everybody eating.
Just one more than they can block.
2-second differential here. Bows do not have to snap it before the 2-minute timeout, but they choose to, and that's how we hit it. It'll be 3rd down and a mile when we come back to close out. Indeed, the Tortillas were flying today in Lubbock. A 60-point blowout win over Pine Bluff, and another Arizona takeaway here against Hawaii. Jack Luttrell gets one now.
Freshman wore that green dot, but you're going to see it's been more of the same. Pressure there directly up the middle. Weaver's just trying to make a play at this point, backed up by a mile, and puts it up in the air. And Luttrell sitting there fielding it like a punt.
We'll call Malachi Bailey and Mays Pesce. Set up pretty well for a 7th rounder, am I right?
Call that a draft diamond. Establish a ground game. Feel like your offensive line was opening up holes and providing time. That's a rock-solid foundation any team can build on.
Braden Locke with an E in victory formation. And as always, a meaningful midfield greeting between Brent Brennan and Timmy Chang.